Hey there team, it's Rachel here from the Workshop Whisperer, where we help auto repair shop owners just like you to achieve business success. Now today we're talking about being a better boss in the auto repair industry. And the very first thing that we need to take into account when we consider what a great boss is, what a great leader is how well you know yourself. Because if you're going to put some effort in to attempt to improve your leadership, you need to know what your baseline is. You need to have some understanding of your strengths as a leader and your gaps or weaknesses as a leader. So in a way, you need to be doing a self-assessment, taking stock of, what better choices do you feel that you could have made, looking back with the benefit of hindsight, say over the past year, and what things would you like to change in your leadership for the year ahead and even beyond. So some things to think about when we're talking about this self-awareness and this reflection are what better choices could you have made? What were some of the things that triggered you into behavior that you probably realized wasn't your finest hour? So were there certain things that you saw in your team that you were triggered by, or certain things that you didn't see that you wanted to see that would trigger you? So it's really a great process to have a notepad or journal out and jot down some of these things. Like we would do if we were planning, doing strategic planning for our business. We would always look back to see what are some of the lessons that we've learned that we want to remember in future to take forward so that we don't repeat those perhaps less than ideal situations that may have popped up. So the next thing that we want to do when we're considering improving your leadership is to have clearly defined goals. Now, I'm not talking just about your personal goals. I'm talking about the business having clearly defined goals. And if you've been around any longer than 5 minutes here in this group or with the Workshop Whisperer, you know that we are 1000% for having a proper strategic business plan and for redoing that plan 4 times a year. And if you don't have one, there is nothing for you to be able to communicate to your team in an effective way so that they can buy in to what it is that you're trying to achieve. So as you view this video at the start of a new year and a new business year, really sit down and think, what is it that I want to achieve this year, in the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? And how do I want that to be different from what we've achieved so far or not? You might be thinking about, well, I'm here right now. I'm 5 years down the track and I thought I'd be, X amount of dollars in front on revenue, or I thought I'd have extra team members, whatever it might be. Focus on how to close the gaps as opposed to the negative of what you don't have. So put a plan in place to close the gaps and share that plan with your team members so they're really crystal clear on what it is that they're helping you work towards. You will get much, much better buy-in, and you will start to see some innate motivation from your team members without so much external motivation required from you to help you get there. The next thing you want to do when considering being a better boss is to have your team members included in the process of creating the team values. Now, it's one thing when you're small and just starting out to create the team values yourself and then hire your first team members in alignment with those values. But once you have some team members on board, it's time to involve them in the process, because once again, you need them to buy in. So when you include the team in value setting, so things that are really important that you all agree you should be working by, like honesty and integrity, being prompt, never late for work, doing what we say we will do, family, health, all those kinds of things. You can have a discussion and come up with the top 5 or so for your shop. Once you do that, then your team will uphold those even when you're not looking, because you got their agreement from them that they're the things that they wanted to work by. So even when you're not there, they will uphold that, or they will identify in the team somebody who is not upholding those values. So team values become something that you can live by, work by, that you can recruit by, and ultimately that you can let someone go from your business by. Because when the values are clear, it's also very clear when someone's not living out those values on your team, and you're able to, performance manage somebody out that clearly shows they don't want to play by those values. So you've got some tips there on where to start if leadership and being a better boss is on your agenda for this new business year. So make sure you start with that reflection piece and have some self-awareness around where you're at with your leadership, where you got some gaps and you might be struggling, where you'd like to improve. Have clearly defined goals so that your team can buy into them with you and help you achieve them. And have the team be part of the value setting process. Then there's less requirement from you to uphold the values to the team all by yourself. And there's more of a guideline when recruiting new people into the business, and you can clearly see if somebody is going to be aligned with your team values or not. Now, if you would like some more info about being a better boss in the auto repair industry, then just comment boss below in the comments and we'll get you a copy of my Be a Better Boss in the Auto Repair Industry free ebook resource. I hope you have enjoyed today's training. I trust that you've taken away some tips, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.